So it's very difficult to find any of the rod techniques in American Kenpo. You have to do a lot of searching to find them. I'm going to show broken rod. There's 4 rod techniques. Rod is gun. One goes in, one goes out, one goes up, one goes down. That's the completed category. This one is the upward motion on the break, hence the name broken rod. I'm going to show you something a little bit different. I've seen this before. It's not from me, but most do not do it this way. It's usually taught where you go to an in-place twist stance like this on the initial move. The challenge there, although quick, do that in pause, is he doesn't have any base at all. So if you think of always making sure you have a solid base, just do that first move again. This is his whole body, this is my right wrist. Is no base. And one could argue, well, he's not just going to pause there, he's going to keep going forward. But even if he gets to this point and is on his way, look, I didn't do anything, I just moved my wrist and he had no base. So you're breaking that rule. And also in terms of never going around yourself, if he goes to his in-place twist stance, he's got to take his left leg and come all the way around for the next move, which also sacrifices his backup mass because he's not facing his work. So on this move as well, do that in-place twist. So he's not facing his work, his body is over here, and he's got no base. So something to consider when you do this technique. So what I'm going to have you do is when the gun is to the high back, rather than going and then, yeah, I'm off balance it from that, and making my break and my hammer. You watch this again. All this might be quick. Somebody put my hands up.
Hands up.
I don't have any base there. So what I'm going to do is, he's going to have a gun to my back.
Hands up.
Okay, so maybe my hands are already up depending on the circumstance. I'm going to do a similar twist, but I'm going to step, if this is 12, I'm going to step to 130 and get my body out of the way so I'm facing. Now, do that break, and I have backup mass, hammer the groin, and then I roll that arm bar, and I take the gun, and I strike, hit them with the gun, and I finish. Okay, so what I did is I stepped to 130. I could see what I'm dealing with. I'm facing my work. I have base and I have true backup mass. I like what Scott said before we filmed this. He said on the first version, it felt like when you do this, you go from 0, try to get to 100. Whereas when you're facing your work, you're already ready to go to launch that backup mass. Okay, so we try this again. This is a broken rod. So my hands are up and, you know, he might say, I'm going to shoot, whatever he's saying. I step, now I'm facing. So I latch on and now I go. I can see what I'm dealing with. Break the arm and then I hammer the groin. I can use an arm bar or I can just roll on top this way. The gun will come out. I strike him. I never make sure that the gun faces me. Strike him to the heart and I move away. I'm going to do it one more time. And broken rod because obviously of the arm break. So I control the height going up. I control the height going down. I roll the arm bar and I disarm. So one more. So rather than this, where I'm off balance, my hands are up and I step. My hand is down. Now look at the travel. That will probably force the disarm. Even if he's still miraculously holding on, I hammer the groin, I roll that. Take the gun, strike him in the head, hit him in the heart, and I'm out. That is broken rod. Try that, you guys. I think you're going to like the footwork and facing your work and following the rules and principles of Kenpo.